Hey folks, this is gonna be a bit of a different video. I am not doing a makeup tutorial this time, but I am still doing my makeup. Except the makeup is not gonna be what it's about today. In fact, I'm only really doing my makeup because I am so awkward when I have to sit in front of camera and talk. Like, right now. I want to call this thing Dinny Dabbles. Does it work? I don't know, I actually don't know if that works out. Might change. We'll see. Anyway, in Dinny Dabbles, I will be talking about my thoughts and experiences on cosplay, art, and more while trying to do makeup for a character that I've never done before. So will the makeup turn out alright? Is what I'm gonna be talking about even going to matter? Who knows? But I sure do hope they do. So, let's get into it. Our first Dinny Dabbles. I don't know what to do now. How do you segue? How do people segue? Let's just go. Alright, so I'm actually all in body paint already, and the reason... it's kind of sad. The reason behind that was I was actually already doing this video. Like, I was talking to the camera, talking all about like why I cosplay and whatever, the things I said I would, and I completely like effed it up. Like, I guess I'm just really not used to talking to a camera. I don't know what happened, man. It just... I decided to just do it all over again. I mean, you guys won't even know. I'm telling you now, so you know. But I mean, like, if I didn't say it, you guys wouldn't even know. I have finished contouring and putting this body paint on. I actually didn't even know what kind of body paint I'd be using because I was like, uh-oh. I don't have gray body paint like Marcy's skin. I ended up mixing like white with blue and then added like a hint of pink so it wasn't so like light blue, yeah, more like green. Don't know if it worked out. So with this being the first episode, is it an episode? Or am I even gonna continue? Who knows? So why am I even doing Dinny Dabbles? I like to cosplay, but I also like to promote positivity, that everyone can cosplay and whatnot, and I know I talk about it a lot like on my social media and whatever, but there's only so much to put on a caption that people will actually read, you know? I really wanted to just kind of go in depth about, you know, certain things that I want to discuss with the community. It's not always going to be positive things. Like, I really think that to have like a positive life and outlook, you need to acknowledge the darker sides of it as well, and learn from those darker sides and know what you should and shouldn't do, and etc. And so before I delve into any of those topics, I actually wanted to share exactly why I cosplay, like why I continue to cosplay, because that's gonna give like a better idea of why and how I want to promote positivity in the community. I don't want this to be like a rule guide or whatever, because it's not. Like I always say, there are no rules in cosplay. So yeah, this isn't gonna be like a rule book. These are just my opinions and my kind of like a look into my mind, I suppose. You don't have to follow them. You don't even need to think about them if you don't want to. I just want to put it out there into the world in the hopes that, you know, it means something to someone out there. I feel so weird without eyebrows. No, I don't. It's me normal. To me, these stuff matter. If it doesn't to you, then no problem. If it applies to you, then hooray. I hope that we can discuss stuff. If you want me to discuss certain topics, by the way, go ahead and I'm gonna sneeze. It went away. Comment in the comment section about what you think I should be talking about. I mean, I have some topics in mind of what I want to talk about in the future, but as of right now, it's not a lot. So I actually started cosplaying in 2014, and it was out of a whim. My friends were in a convention and I was their handler, and then for the next day they convinced me to cosplay with them just for funsies, and so I did. And the rest is history. Like, I've just been cosplaying ever since then. I loved it. So the reason why I keep cosplaying is, number one, I didn't see it coming, but cosplay has become such such a big part of my life. My family, my brother is this amazing cosplayer and crafter, and he started because my mother wouldn't let me go to a convention alone and I needed a chaperone, and he got into it right after. My very best friends cosplay, and I love cosplaying with them. Let's say with my art, I think that's where it all started, and why cosplay was so appealing to me when I first started was because I've always been a very artsy child. I feel like I've been drawing ever since I could hold a pencil, a crayon, whatever I was holding, I don't remember. With cosplay, like I kid you, it's so artistic, like every single part of it. Like I was a multimedia art student, and I can say like with cosplay, I have applied almost every single medium that I had learned from my classes in art school. There's just so many things that I learned in like a creative aspect through cosplay. Like I used to not make my own costumes because I just didn't know how. But with cosplay, I was like, you know, why don't we learn? Let's learn. Cosplay really like allowed me to stretch my creative boundaries almost. Like there are just things that I would have really never done if it weren't for cosplay. A big reason for that is because cosplay really like gave me confidence. I know people say that like all the time about cosplay, and they're saying that because it's true. I learned how to not only get out of my shell artistically, but I also learned how to get out of my shell like socially and stuff. I was a very shy, awkward, still awkward because of cosplay. Like I can actually like function like a social human being. Cosplay really just taught me a lot about, you know, being comfortable in my own skin, even though I was, you know, being in someone else's skin. Does that make sense? Another like way of confidence isn't just like confidence with like social confidence. It's also the confidence to try things that scare me. I like to try anything once, but before cosplay, I would say that I was quite hesitant. Like I would say like, yeah, I'll give it a shot. Everyone tries something once. And before it was just something I said. Now I can say that I really do apply it because the things that I've learned in cosplay, again, I didn't know how to do them at all before. With cosplay, I would say like I'm not fearless, but I will give it a shot. I'm gonna be scared, but I'm gonna do it. With cosplay allowing me to try new things all the time, I learned so much about myself. Learned to love certain parts about myself that like I didn't necessarily like so much before and whatever. And I feel like that's kind of funny in a way because, you know, your cosplay is literally like you're being other people. By being other people, I actually like feel the most like myself, or I learn the most about myself by being other people, because there are like certain things that I probably would have never tried if I wasn't like a certain character or acting like a certain character, and then I'm just like, wait, I do this too. And then, you know, so sometimes you're not super aware of how you act and how you perceive things, but when you're, you know, in that mindset of like, okay, I have to be like this because this character is like this, and then you kind of realize, oh wait, actually it's kind of like me. A character that did that for me was Pitch, and it was such an epiphany for me to be Pitch. During the time that I was Pitch, I was really just confused about my gender identity, my sexuality. You know, by being, I mean, like I would watch Pitch and I would be inspired by them. But like to be Pitch the character and kind of live their life for like a day, that was great. And I learned that Pitch, being the young age that they were in Voltron, was probably confused too. It was never really said in Voltron like what Pitch identified as. It was always implied, but it was never really mentioned, and it didn't matter. When we did Voltron, it really just opened my eyes to like, yeah, you can not know about your gender, and that's gonna be okay. You don't need to label yourself if you're still figuring it out. And then another character where I can say that I learned another thing about myself, or rather like it was just another like wow epiphany moment, was when I did Gabby. And that was the first time that I was taken as like a male character, a male figure for the first time, and no one questioned if I was a girl underneath, and that just meant a lot. I didn't realize how much that meant to me until it happened, and I remember being so happy that day. And like they saw me past my gender, and that was so crazy because I know I do a lot of very feminine costumes, and that's video on its own. Sometimes, you know, you can get lost with just being a girl, and that's fine. Like, that's fine for so many people, but for me, it didn't feel right. So to have that epiphany where I wasn't just a girl, you know, it really just blew my mind. And I feel like I need to talk about that more in another video, but I'm not ready for that right now, so we're gonna leave it there. So I put on lashes and I did my eyeliner. Now to answer why I keep cosplaying. And the answer to that is pretty simple. I cosplay for me. Cosplay is one of the things that gives me genuine joy. It is something I always look forward to when I used to work or while I was still studying in college. Like, if I had cosplay in the weekend, I would be so pumped. It's just one of the things that completely brightens up my day. Like, do you guys have like a hobby or something that you do that just like makes the world feel right? For me, that's cosplay and D&D. And I feel so fortunate that like I also have it as my profession. Like, thank you so much to everyone who supports me. I might cry if I go more into that. Just, you guys know who you are, and it really means the world to me that you can trust me with what I'm doing and you guys enjoy it. But I will say that the reason I share my cosplay is not for me. I cosplay for myself and that's it. But like why I'm on social media and why I want to do something like this video, is not for me. It's for other people. My ultimate dream is just for people to see what I do and see that, you know, something like cosplay can impact their life in such a big way. By sharing like how it impacts my life in a big way, I want people to, you know, hopefully to show them that like, you know, it can happen. Cosplay can be this and so much more. There's a lot of negative things as well with the cosplay, like cosplay in general. Just like anything, there's always going to be a negative and positive side. And I want to show that even with all those negativities, you can still have cosplay be such a positive thing in your life. I just want to show people that this is me and this is my life, and cosplay is such a big part of it. And you know, it can be for you as well. I also want to show that, you know, the small things in life matter. It doesn't even have to be cosplay. Like, not everyone who supports me or everyone who even see this video is a cosplayer, but I want people like to see that. I mean, like, look at me. I'm a cosplayer. Like, that's so weird. I dress up as fictional characters for a living. Like, look how happy I am with it. If there is something in your life that is not harming others and it's making you happy, why stop? Why judge it? These small things, like, you may not understand it, but to this person it means so much. It means everything. It doesn't have to be cosplay. Maybe for you, video games make you super happy. Maybe for you, it's like playing a sport. That's something I cannot understand. I don't like moving. By kind of seeing how sports is to you, like cosplay is to me, then I get it. Tell me about your passions. Show me what you can do with it and how it changed your life and how happy you are with doing it. It's so exciting for me to hear people be passionate about certain things. Just understanding that it's exactly what cosplay is for me. It's just their version of it. Like, that's amazing. And it makes you kind of appreciate all the little things more. So yeah, so that's the big reason why I cosplay. It's really just about spreading love and happiness and showing to people that, yeah, like I said, the little things matter. I'm gonna wrap everything up, but I'm gonna put on my lipstick first. Can't do that on camera because I'm gonna be talking. I'll also put on my wig and show you the final result. Okay, so here's the final look for Marcy. I actually really like how this turned out. I don't know if I'm gonna be continuing Dinny Dabbles, but if I do, or if you want me to, please let me know in the comments below. My hands are so flushed. I will do my best to maybe do it in the future. I don't know. I felt really awkward doing this. I didn't realize how hard it was gonna be to talk and do makeup at the same time, but here we are. I knew I wanted to talk about, you know, putting out positivity in this world through cosplay, but I didn't know how to other than just talking to the camera. But again, I'm super awkward doing it, so I decided to do my makeup as well. And, you know, had a lot of fun. So thank you. That's it for today. See you next time. Maybe on Dinny Dabbles. Who knows? Bye.